He's sponsored by Grape Company, A&A Farms, Finish Line Signs, and Double Eagle. Out of Bakersfield, that's Eddie Garoni. In the 45 car, sponsored by JD Industries in Mount Canocti Winery, L.E. De Leon. Out of Lakeport, that's Mark Birch. In the 10 car, sponsored by NorCal Transmission, Winchell Racing, Crandall Roofing, Tax Tech, and Tom Rose Ranch. Out of Santa Rosa, that's Carly Austin. In the 37 car, sponsored by Reduccio Performance Motorsports, that is Ty Carlson. Who's that? 71. In the 71 car, sponsored by Bill Ayers Construction, out of Bakersfield, that's Josh Ayers. In the 37 car, sponsored by JD Industries, Wicked Sounds, Wicked Automotive, and Lake County Contractors, out of Lakeport, that's Danny Carpenter. And in the 27 car, sponsored by Rate Tracker, Western Concrete Designs, and Citrus Heights Saw and Mower, that's David Shelley.
All right, folks, that is, you heard the starting lineup there. One minor correction, the 31 on track should be Russell Lowe. There were two 31s listed. What did you say? Tommy just said something to me, and it was, he says no scoring. So we want to scoring. Yeah, we're not going to have scoring for the other two classes. We will have it for the Spears division, which means Tommy and I will be your scoring as we get ready for B main. Unfortunately, the one bit of info that I thought we were going to get from that starting lineup that we needed was the transfers. Do you have any idea how many transfer? Here comes Tommy. Here he comes.
I'm a China and a bull shop.
We're racing.
I hope it's 7 cars that transfer, but there's only 7 cars on track.
That would be more difficult. These legend cars obviously coming out with a real nice car count, as they always do. Hence why we're having a B main right now. A fun class whenever we come out to Stockton 99. And as far as I'm concerned, it might be the one car transfers.
So the winner might be the one that transfers. Well, that makes it ever more exciting. 3 wide for the lead, though.
The only one that I know will transfer is your winner. How about that?
That is true.
How about that for a statistician?
All right, so your leader, the 71, Dave Marcus. I'm sorry, Josh Ayers.
Close.
I read the wrong sheet.
Yeah.
Ayers the leader, the 37 of Carpenter. But we have a battle, it looks like, from third on back. The 27 leads that pack, David Shelley. Trying to hold off the 37 of Carlson. The 10 of Austin. Rounding out the field, the 45 of Mark Birch and the 31 of Russell Lowe.
Did you say whoa?
As soon as I talked about that third battle, 37 moving back. So,
well, thanks.
Yeah, I maybe got him camera shy.
There was a moment there where Carly in the 10 looked like maybe a little contact sideways for your second place, number 37.
Now you and I were doing cameras in the pits for the Spears classes, but we heard a lot of tires spinning earlier today from these legend cars. So this track is slick, and I think it really is the different corners as we battle for fourth.
We saw an all-out wreck at one point in practice.
That's true. Austin in the 10, trying to get by the 37 of Carlson. Will do it out of 4. So move Carlson back to 5th. Move Carly, I should say. I said Charlie, didn't I? Carly Austin. Now Carly's going, looking for 3rd. Looking for a way around the 27 of Shelley. David Shelley. And we talked about it earlier in qualifying. This track, different ends race differently. And you do not want to give up the inside at all into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah. Your leaders are all alone up front.
Yeah, first and second.
Nothing to worry about.
First and second are gapped at about 10 car lanes. Here they come by the speed shot. And here comes that battle we were watching and continue to watch. Leader all by themselves. That's a 71 of Josh Ayers leading. Now let's go to turn 3. Because that is where the battle is. The business is picking up over here.
Now let's say that the transfer spot is 3rd.
That's where it gets hot and heavy. So the 27 of Shelley, David Shelley, holds on to that 3rd spot. And you can see the 10, the 37, and the 45 of Austin, Carlson, and Birch are closing into the rear bumper of the 27.
Despite having slipped back, that 37 now working a different line and trying to regroup, maybe make up some of these positions.
So this is the Legends Car. Oh! Legends Car Tour B main event. And these drivers are fighting for a spot in tonight's main event, while the others are going to be heading home early tonight. Well, you know, they just sit in the pits and watch, but...
No, I think they are forced to leave.
You think they just pull their hard card?
Yeah, they're like, get out. No wristband for you.
Well, Austin now making a move on the inside of both corners, trying to pick the shorter distance.
And Carly's been searching. Was able to work up this far through the pack, but is going to have to make a move here soon on Shelley. Time is running out.
I was a little confused because the 10 of Carly Austin has the first name on the roof and the last name on the windshield. White flag waves for your leaders, but this is the battle to watch. Up front, no pressure for the number 71, Josh Ayers. Clean and green to the checkered flag. And the battle into turn number 3. And it will be the 27 of David Shelley holding off Austin and the 37 of Carpenter. So now we figure out who transferred.
Tune in for the main event to find out who made it. It's like everyone's in it.
Yeah, it was just a race for end positions, the last 7 spots. We've seen races like that before.
I wouldn't entirely complain.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's a race, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started down at the far end in the 37 car. Sponsored by JD Industries, Wicked Sounds, Wicked Automotive, and Lake County Contractors out of Lakeport. That's Danny Carpenter. Is that the 37 on it?
71.
71, thank you. In the 71 car, I can't see it from this angle. Sponsored by Bill Ayers Construction out of Bakersfield. That's Josh Ayers. And in the 37 car, another 37 car. Sponsored by Reducio Performance Motorsports. That is not Clayton Travels. That is our very own Ty Carlson. In the 3 car, sponsored by Platinum Transport, All Rigging Company, Madhouse Investment, Stearns Racing, Evolution Ag Services. That is Zach Sansom. And in the 05 car, he is sponsored by his very own pocketbook and a lot of help from Dad out of Madera. That's CJ Disney. And in the 33 car, giving a special thanks to Dave Carmo. That's Kevin Travels. In the 11 car, sponsored by JD Industries, LC Reynolds Trucking, out of Grass Valley, that's Chris Justice.
9.
Thank you. In the 9 car, giving a huge shout out, thank you to Nate McNeil, DC Imports and Railroad Flat General Store, out of Valley Springs, as Donnie Darter.
7.
Wrong. This one. Anderson Logging is going to be sponsoring this 7 car, Pacific Auto Body and JD Industries. Out of Fort Bragg, that's Kylie Daniels. In the other 7 car, sponsored by NorCal Transmission, Winchell Racing, Crandall Roofing, Tax Tech, and Tom Rose Ranch. Out of Santa Rosa, that's Carly Austin.
12. No, that's 77. Oh, 77.
In the 77, sponsored by Clean Blast and David's Racing Products, that's Casey Phillips. And in the 12 car, sponsored by Peter Boys and Realty, Brash Media, J.S. Nowak, American Crane Rental, and Stearns Racing out of Linden, that's Wyatt Sansom. And in the other 8 car, sponsored by Anderson Logging, Pacific Auto Body, and JD Industries, that's Aiden Daniels. Where are you at? There you are. And in the 38 car, sponsored by JD Industries and Mike D. Give it up for Henry Barton. And in the 35 car, sponsored by S&S Sports Enterprises, Swift Springs from Upper Lake, California, that's Jeremy Doss.
36C.
And in the 36 car, sponsored by California Tank and Pneumatic and R&R Truck Repair, they call him the Cabby Tuna, that's Travis McCullough. And in the 3 car, sponsored by Anderson Logging, Pacific Auto Body, and JD Industries. Give it up for Trey Daniels. In the 31 car, sponsored by Grape Company. Wait a minute. Which one is? In the 31 car, sponsored by Grape Co., A&A Farms, Finish Line Signs, and Double Eagle out of Bakersfield. That's Eddie Garoni. In the 75 car, sponsored by JD Industries and Swift Springs from Upper Lake, California, that's Mike Doss.
All right, getting ready to go for the Legends Car main event here, Stockton 99 Speedway.
This is a 35.
Drivers are all lining up, getting ready to go. So we got our answer. Top 3 did transfer. So the tail 3 of this field are the ones that transferred out of tonight's B main event we saw earlier. As they go by. And these drivers had a group qualifying session. So they sent them out in a group of cars earlier during practice and a combination practice qualifying session. The fastest times in that practice qualifying session determine your starting lineup. So with that, we get them ready to go. 35 laps for these legend cars. They were a bit dicey in practice earlier, so we heard a lot of spin outs. We were told there were a bit of spin outs, but here we are. Looks like they were told to double them up at the starting line. And we got the legend cars ready to go. Next time by, they'll get the lights out. So 2 to green. After this race will be our Spears Pro Late Model Series presented by Sigma Performance Services. The Labor Day 100 presented by Maselli's Drilling. Might need to push back our start. Looks like there was a radio change potentially for the flagman. All right, well, Jeffrey, what are we gonna have to expect in this one?
Well, if practice is any indication, it's gonna be wild. Not just in how they're gonna battle, but how these individual cars are gonna be reacting to the track. It's not an easy track. Stockton has 2 completely different turns on both sides. Turns 1 and 2 drives absolutely different than turns 3 and 4. How will that affect the race? These drivers, most of them are pretty used to what you can expect from Stockton. But what can we get tonight? Cooler temperatures, maybe the coolest in the last 3 or 4 months. These drivers are feeling good right now going into the race.
Yeah.
The problem is when they're all feeling good. And I think they all are right now.
They're all spicy, dicey, and ready to go racing here for the Legend Car main event. 35 laps. And it'll be Mike Doss bringing the field to the green. And you see him trying to find a way around the Stockton 99 Speedway. Hard on the brakes. Mike Doss leads.
Trouble!
Front straightaway, we got carnage. And that's going to get the number 21 of White Sand, the 9, as well as a couple other cars, 05 and the 7.
Couple big hits out of turn 4.
Yikes. As we're going to get the cars, we got some fluid here. So red flag basically on lap number 2 of tonight's Legends Car main event. You see the fluid there from the number 7. Let's take a look at the replay. And just trouble out of turn number 4. And you see up high the black and green number 7.
Just ahead there, so loose on exit for Sansom and went to try and collect it, and that had happening as far forward as it did on the field. There were just a lot of cars that had nowhere to go.
Here's a look from the front straightaway, and you can see that's pretty much the opposite side of what these drivers are seeing. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
So tough when you're at the start of this 35-lapper to be collected. But unfortunately, this track closes in on itself.
Now, I just want to make a point. Next week, you and I are going to be in a little different part of the country.
Yeah.
For a race that's a little bit different. And that race, the reason I bring it up is if this happens on lap 1 in that race,
We have alternates.
Alternates. Now, remember we had a B main earlier?
Yeah.
I wish every division adopted
I
the
know.
alternate thing, you know?
I do too.
Because you never know when something like this is going to happen. And there's some drivers who went, home tonight, figuratively, that
Could have joined
their
in.
day is done, And, we could have gotten the field a little bit more full. Well, you can see the damage on the right front of the 12. We did. But now
Now it's too late.
they're blocking it from us. I mean, you can see that. The right front, there you go. That's an ouch.
Those 3 cars will not be coming back.
Also, to the infield, these 2 vehicles. I didn't quite catch the full extent of the damage on this car, and maybe the driver's assessing it too. Here we go. 1-man pit crew right here.
There you go. Something's better than nothing. All right.
So, on a production note,
Yeah.
at what point am I losing you?
Well, I was thinking right now would be a good start.
Go. I'll
Thank you.
handle this. Yeah.
Go, Tommy Rabbit.
Go, Tommy Rabbit. Is he a Power Ranger?
Yeah.
Go, Tommy Rabbit. So Tommy's going to go deal with some camera.
Now you two can sort it out on who's doing what.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll sort it out. So we're going to try this one again. As our legend cars here at Stockton 99 are getting ready to go. Earlier I mentioned, we have one double duty. That's purely for the Spears divisions because we have a couple people doing some double duty here. In this one, as we get ready for the restart, green. So we saw early carnage out of this corner. The 7's going to go for a spin. And the caution will fly. We told you, practice kind of gave us a hint at what to expect. As Kylie Daniels goes for a spin. And we are under yellow once more. Jeremy Doss leading the way. You see all the cleanup that took place on the front straightaway with the speedy dry all over. And we're going to take a look at a replay here of the 7 car going for a loop out of turn 4. Innocent little spin and nothing to worry about. And we're lining them up once more. Here we go again. Jeremy Doss sees the green, mashes the gas, and into turn 1 he goes with a hot field of legend cars on his heels. All right, we made it out of turn 4 that time. I don't know what to do now. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Jeremy Doss in the middle. still in the middle. This division always puts on such a good show here. I always get excited when I hear that this class is going to be joining us at Stockton 99, and you can see why. Whoa, some tight battling there mid-pack, almost contact into turn number 3. Door to door, these cars, wheels a bit exposed in the Legend cars. So you always hope to avoid that wheel-to-wheel contact. Some of the drivers able to do it. There's your leader in the 35. By the way, correction. Mike Doss is the 75. Jeremy Doss in the 35 leading the way. They're all Dosses. Everyone's a Doss. That one threw me for a loop for a second. I was like, now that's exciting. Henry Barton sitting in 3rd right now with the 8 of Aiden Daniels in the 4th position. The number 3, Trey Daniels. So we got a whole bunch of double names all over the place. Some of the battling mid-pack, you can see the gap between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Single file throughout the field, but we're going to change that up a little bit right here going into turn number 1. It was the top 3 cars that transferred from the B main into the A main. Chris Justice there in the 11 was thinking about making a move on the 05. CJ Disney wasn't able to do it, and suddenly under pressure from the 33 of Kevin Travels. Further up, Mike Doss is starting to get some Daniels attention behind Aiden in that 3. We do have 2 number 3s here. We have a Zach Sansom in a 3. See the 36 there. 36C of Travis McCullough. He's been battling hard with the 31 of Eddie Garone. Up front though, it is all 1 Doss. Was 2 earlier, but now we're down to 1. Battle for 3rd is the big one, as Mike Doss holds off Aiden Daniels. Third, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all on screen. Caution is out. We have a spin on the back straightaway, conveniently right next to where one of our wall cameras are. I'm waiting for this guy to just smack it. Be like, why is this camera sitting on my wall? And wait for it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Drive it. We're going to see if this, I believe, yeah, this is our car from earlier who went for a ride. The number 9 of Donnie Darter. Donnie was collected in that first wreck that we saw earlier, and then got some more here on the back straightaway. Looks like just a spin. I don't see any big indications that car caught the wall on the inside. Got close, but didn't catch it. I mentioned that we have wall cameras. Obviously, some of them we utilize, like our speed shot. You see it there. This is fun. But we actually put a whole collection. We have like 9 additional cameras around the racetrack, and all that is in the event anything happens, we've been going to the races our whole lives. We know that anything can and will happen at a racetrack, and it's not always where you're looking. So we just said, well, if we have every point of the track covered, then we're good. And speaking of being good, I think Tommy's going to be back with us here in a minute. So we're going to let Sarah. Oh, they're having a disagreement. Oh, Tommy, what do you think you're doing? Oh, here you are. Hi.
I stole Sarah's job.
So you're going to be the leader, Cam, you
Sure.
think, huh? All right.
19 laps to go, 10 laps in.
How did you know that?
I heard.
Oh, you're smart.
I probably heard wrong.
Wait, it's a 29-lap race?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, you're the leader, Cam.
Jeremy Doss leads into turn number 1.
Did you know that I thought the 75 was Jeremy Doss when I got up here?
That's Papa Mike.
Well, it threw me off, all right? I saw Doss, and I went, well, of course. And then I saw everything else.
I already lost the leader.
Tommy, you have
Didn't
one
do
job.
my job.
Oh, boy. We got a job going on in the battle for 4th.
Oh, yeah, 3 wide.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know how that worked.
I don't know if it's gonna.
They were squeezing. We had 3 cars, McCullough up against the wall. But it worked. They did it.
So as these drivers also...
Oh, the 05. Way up high. What were you saying?
I was going to say, as these drivers kind of sorted out, Barton is closing in on Jeremy Doss, it looks like.
Yeah. For the amount of single yellows I thought we might see, when we had 3 cars sandwiched against each other, there was no doubt in my mind. But they got out of that pickle.
Hotter than a $2 pickle. That's what the saying is, right?
I think so. There's Kylie in the 7. Saw a spin out of the number 7 earlier. Same with Donnie in that number 9. Went for a ride. The 37 riding the outside of Carpenter had to transfer through. And again, I know we have 2 37s. There's a Carlson and a Carpenter.
I think Doss has kept that distance between first and second up front.
So
no
far,
real
so
change.
good.
Yeah, no real change happening up front. But you look around the racetrack, and as some of these cars are still working on getting single file, I think now we are officially single file around the racetrack as the battle for third is starting to brew.
Yes, it is. Mike Doss on the outside. Aiden Daniels diving to the inside out of turn number 4. Tight battle into turn number 3. As they duke it out, Eddie Garone is trying to close in. Daniels close to clearing, but not clear yet.
Nothing happening up front. Top 2 still the same distance as they were before. And the battle for third continues on, actually making a battle for 4th.
Yep, Eddie is here. And McCullough's not too far behind now. As the 36C tries to close in.
Do you think McCullough traded in his Pro Late model for this? Because he has had a Pro Late model. He didn't decide to race it tonight. Maybe he was busy with legend cars as a 3 peels it off.
Now you were actively paying attention. Was that Trey Daniels in the 3?
Yep. He made a left turn and cruised into the pits.
Oh, a big whittle. A bid wiggle.
Oh, yeah, we got
big wiggle.
Seems like we got suspension damage.
Something is wrong on this 31.
That thing is sunk to the bottom. No yellow. Now we go yellow.
That was weird looking. I'm curious to go back to the replay of that car entering turn number 1, just to see if there was some contact there that led to this. But like you said, it looks like the rear end just started falling apart.
Yeah, it just kind of sunk to the floor. And
now, is it Garone or Garoni? I've heard both.
I've heard both.
Oh, great.
I think it's Garoni. I think it's Rice-A-Roni.
If you say his name wrong, you'll make him Garoni.
Yeah, I think it's Garoni. That's what I remember it as.
Actually,
we've watched him racing at Kern County Raceway in the past.
We have. And even then, I've heard his name both ways. Sarah, if you're on my shot's having an earthquake right now.
Earthquake. And we go partially red.
Welcome to Earthquake.
We're just waiting on the tow truck. Sorry, Sarah, I'm taking your camera and I'm adding tape. Because I'm sure I'm messing you up.
Tommy just thinks he runs the show, doesn't he?
I think I'm messing Sarah up.
Oh, yeah, look at that. We have a conversation happening.
A conversation between Mike Doss and is that Garoni? I think we're both filming the same thing. He throws his Hans device.
He was mad at the K-rail.
It's a good thing. Yeah. Oh, he's now mad at the grass.
Maybe he's mad at Sal.
It's a good thing he didn't throw it with his head still attached.
I thought he was going to throw his Hans device at Sal. What would Sal throw at him? Is probably not his camera, right?
I wouldn't think so, but a Hans device is pretty pricey. That's probably like the price of one of Sal's lenses.
Do you think it's a flex to, like, when people throw their helmets or their Hans devices?
I wonder what
they're like, I can afford it.
I wonder what the regret is, how instant it is afterwards.
All right, well, Sarah's got a replay for us. So what happened? Here they go into turn 1. No, the 31. So something broke on the car. That's not what put the 31 wide and then caused the break. However, and I don't think you have it. I don't know if you have it queued up. If you do, I'm very impressed. There was a 3-wide smush that happened about 10 laps ago. That might have been where, Sarah's shaking her head no. She says, get out of my house. More importantly, Tommy, we have the door open on Jeremy Doss's car for a second.
I showed that he's kind of cooling down. Double him up, says the flagman at the start-finish line. So the field's going to do just that. You see the 3, unfortunately falling out of this one.
I don't like what I did here. I'm gonna have to undo it.
He did. And there's birds.
There's birds.
There's birds flying. Wasn't there a movie about a bird in a propeller aircraft?
What?
That had Harry Dunn
it's happened in the movie. So at some point I got to tell you about, like, this thing's tripping me out.
Wasn't Harry Dunn in a...
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Fly Away Home?
Fly Away Home, that's right.
Why are you talking about Fly Away Home?
Because there's birds, and they're flying away.
Okay, you're not off.
I'm just waiting to see the Harry Dunn character and the girl that's flying in a plane. One of those.
Hey. All right, restart.
Some would call us immature.
No, I think we're just dumb.
Idiots.
Well, I love these restarts because they get wild. Oh, some contact. A little bit in the mid-pack. Aiden Daniels to the inside of Mike Doss again. Now it's Travis McCullough up in those grills.
I liked Fly Away Home. I thought that was a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
White flag.
Jeremy Doss into turn number 1. He's going to drive away home here at Stockton 99 Speedway. And the number 35 down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. No pressure. And checkered flag waves. Jeremy Doss is tonight's winner of the Legend Car feature. I think everybody made it.
Everyone made it. Everyone made it, and that's all that matters.
So congratulations to Jeremy Doss. His winning ways continue in a super late model or a legend car and everything in between. Congrats, Jeremy Doss, and we're going to send it trackside when the announcers get there for the winning interview.
He's out of the car. He can hear you now. Give it up for Jeremy Doss, making it look easy. I was giving this guy all kinds of grief today, teasing him, messing with him. Dude, you made it look easy. You just made your way through the crowd like it was nothing.
Yeah, they got racing pretty hard in front of me, and we were able to rally outside. Just want to thank everyone who helps out on this team. We had a really good car tonight, and hard work pays off. That's all I can say. So thank you to my dad, Mike Doss, the JD Industries crew, Pit Stop USA, Horsepower Project, Swift Springs, just everyone who's on board. Congratulations, my teammates on some good runs as well. So time to go see if we can do it in the Super.
You're in the super late model race. That's the one coming up next?
2 races.
2 races. No, okay, that's the pro late model. So you're not a pro, you're a super. Super. That's super duper. Yeah. So when you're out there restarting next to your dad, what's that like?
It's pretty special. Not many people who can say they get a race with their dad, and it's pretty cool. It pushes us both to be better, and obviously we have the same mentality, and that's to win. So it's pretty cool to come out on top.
It's pretty neat whenever your dad is not a slouch. He is no slouch by any means, and he's just out there. I'm sure he'd wreck you to win, wouldn't he?
Nah, maybe a few years ago I think he probably would, but honestly, I just can't thank him enough. I wouldn't be where I am today without him, and his full-time business, this Legend deal, and without his help, it wouldn't be possible.
Well, congratulations, and congratulations to last weekend's race. You did a bomb job right tonight. Give it up for Jeremy Doss.